Students, today we are going to start the third chapter of class 9 and the name of the chapter is coordinate geometry. So, let us know what is coordinate. Okay, a system of geometry where the position of points on the plane is described using an ordered pair of numbers. So, this coordinate geometry, it is a branch of geometry in which we plot the points and the position of the points on the plane. Here you can see this is a plane. Okay, any paper we can say as a plane. So in coordinate geometry we use graphical plane. So this graphical plane is used to plot the numbers, and the numbers is written as the ordered pair of numbers. Pair of numbers means two numbers are written together in the form of bracket. So such numbers we can plot in a graphical plane. So this study, or we can say this field of geometry, is called as coordinate geometry. So what is the history of coordinate geometry? The method of describing the location of points in this way was proposed by the French mathematician René Descartes. So this mathematician, that is René Descartes, he first identified this technique of locating the points on a plane as called as in coordinate geometry. His name is also pronounced as Descartes. Okay. He proposed further that curves and lines could be described by equations using this technique, thus being the first to link algebra and geometry. So he further told that this coordinate geometry can be used to draw lines as well as curves, and thus it can be further linked to geometry as well as algebra. So what is Cartesian plane? The plane which we are going to deal, or which we are going to discuss, is how to plot an ordered pair of points in a graphical plane. So graphical plane here is referred as Cartesian plane, and the coordinate axis. So what is Cartesian plane? A Cartesian plane is defined by two perpendicular lines, a horizontal line which is called as x-axis and the vertical line y-axis. So we can say this is the Cartesian plane. Okay, it consists of two perpendicular lines. One is this one, other one is this one. So these two are perpendicular lines. The horizontal line, this is called as the x-axis and this one is called as the y-axis. These lines are called coordinate axes. So these two lines, this vertical axis and this horizontal axis, both these lines together are called as coordinate axes. The Cartesian plane extends indefinitely in all directions. So these two axes we can extend as much we want, we can make it long. Okay, so we can say this Cartesian plane extends indefinitely in all directions. So this one we can extend in both the directions. Origin: the coordinate axes intersect each other at right angles. So you can see these two lines, this horizontal and vertical, that is these two axes join at right angle. You can see this is right angle, this is also right angle, this is right angle, and this is also right angle. And this point of intersection of these two axes, this point is called as origin. So the point of intersection of these two axes is called as origin. Now quadrants. Now see, if I take these two axes, these two coordinate axes, one is the y-axis, other one is x-axis. This divide into four parts. You can see here 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these four parts are called as quadrants. The Cartesian plane is divided into four parts called quadrants. So this first part, second part, third part and fourth part. These four parts are called as quadrants. These are named in the order as 1, 2, 3 and 4. See, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Starting with the upper right and going around in anti-clockwise direction. So the numbering you can see here, it is goes in anti-clockwise. See, this is clockwise. Opposite of clockwise is called as anti-clockwise. That means this direction. So quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So a graphical plane, or we can say a Cartesian plane, has 4 axes: 1, 2, 3 and 4. The position of a point in a plane is determined with reference to two fixed mutually perpendicular lines called as coordinate axes. So the points which we are going to plot will be among these four quadrants. It may be in the first quadrant, it may be in the second, it may be in the third, or it can be in the fourth. The horizontal line is called as x-axis and the vertical line is called as y-axis. As I told you earlier, this vertical is called as y-axis and this horizontal line is called as the x-axis. Plotting on a graph. Representation of a point on a Cartesian plane. So how we plot a point in a graphical plane, or we can say in a Cartesian plane. So using the coordinate axis, we can describe any point in the plane using an ordered pair of numbers. A point A is represented by an ordered pair xy. For example, suppose this is the vertical plane and this is the horizontal. Suppose one point is A. So this point will represent by the order pair xy. Say for example 2, 3. So here 2 means, we can see 2. So 2 basically it means the distance of this point from the y-axis. Okay. So this is 2 and this one is the 3. So this distance is 2 centimeter and this distance is 3 centimeter. So in this ordered pair xy, x is called as the abscissa and y is called as the ordinate. So this xy, this x is called as the abscissa and y is called as the ordinate. So x ordinate, it is the perpendicular distance from y-axis measured along the x-axis. So it is the perpendicular distance from y-axis. Okay. So this perpendicular distance, this is called as the x-ordinate, and perpendicular distance from this x-axis, this is called as the y-ordinate, or we can simply call as the ordinate. This O, the origin coordinate is always 0, 0. So in the next video, I will teach you how to plot a point in a graphical plane. Thank you.